Denmark just passed a law banning social media for anyone under the age of 15 years old. And guess what? Australia did the same. I think Australia did it for ages under 16. And I think more countries are about to follow this, man. I'm all for this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm all for this. Now, most people are gonna debate whether the government should have that power, whether it's enforceable, whether kids will find workarounds and all that. But I want to talk about what nobody's saying out loud. We all know why this happened. And it's not because social media is bad, okay? It's because we failed as adults. Let's keep it 100. We got to take responsibility for this. We literally handed kids smartphones, let them create all kind of social media accounts. We gave them unlimited access to an algorithm literally designed to keep them scrolling. And then we turned around and tried to act shocked when the kids ended up anxious, depressed, and addicted to screens. Okay? Like, what did we think was gonna happen? You gave a 12-year-old access to infinite content, which the majority of the content is toxic. Let's be real, man. These kids out here seeing real people get shot. They're being traumatized at these young ages. They're seeing unrealistic body standards. They're being bullied in comment sections. And we're over here like, oh, I wonder why the kids are so messed up these days. Bro, what? Bro, what? The only reason the millennials came out kind of, decent was because we didn't really grow up on the internet. We didn't really grow up on social media. It kind of came in towards the end of our teenage years. But the younger generation, man, we got them out here, we let them marinate in toxicity for hours throughout the day and then call it screen time. Joey, you've been using too much of your screen time. Yeah, right. More like scream time. Because when you find out what Lil Joey been watching on TikTok, you gon' scream. And let's be real, man. Adults can barely handle social media. We out here doom scrolling, comparing ourselves to strangers. Getting into arguments with people that we'll never meet. And we're adults with fully developed frontal lobes, okay? Fully developed brains with years of life experience. Now imagine a 13-year-old going through that, whose brain is not even fully developed yet. A kid who's already dealing with puberty, school stress, figuring out who they are. And we expect them to navigate an algorithm designed by billion-dollar companies, mind you. Billion-dollar companies designed this algorithm literally to exploit their insecurities. That's insane, bro. That's crazy. Like, who thought this was actually gonna end well? You're probably thinking, well, Steve, even with this law in place, kids will lie about their age. They'll use VPNs. They'll find a workaround. They're kids. And you're right. You may be right. Some kids will find a workaround, but that's not the point. The point is we're finally drawing a line. We're finally saying this is not okay. We're finally admitting that unlimited access to social media for kids is freaking harmful. And I feel like we tried to avoid that for so many years. And yeah, the enforcement of it's gonna be hard, but at least we're trying. I feel like this is a start because doing nothing sure as hell wasn't working, you know? So yeah, man, I fully support this law. I think we need to pass this law in the United States. I'm all for it. If a child is not above a certain age, they should not be allowed to use social media. That should definitely be a law here. And before someone says, oh no, that's government overreach, we should let the parents decide. Dude, parents have been deciding. And look where we are now. And let's be real, some of these parents need parents, bro. You got kids raising kids out here nowadays. These kids and these teenagers are more depressed than ever, more anxious than ever, more isolated than ever. So clearly leaving it up to the individual parents is not working.
Oh my God.
Now, I will say some parents are doing the right thing. Okay, some parents truly are doing the right thing, but most of them not. Man, most of these parents out here handing their kid an iPad at the age of 5 and just hoping for the best. Let's be honest. Got the iPad just babysitting the kid. Your child's babysitter should not be Peppa Pig.
I'm Peppa Pig.
So what's the lesson in this? I think the lesson in this is just because technology can be used by kids doesn't mean it should be. Okay, yes, in the classroom, yes, for learning purposes, yes. And I know I sound boring right now, but we wouldn't hand a 12-year-old a bottle of vodka and say, hey, figure it out. Actually, let me not say that because some of y'all probably started drinking when you was 12. Actually, Steve, I started drinking when I was 9. Look at me, I turned out fine. I don't know, bro. You're still eating your boogers at 36. Wouldn't call that fine. But anyway, that's just my opinion on it. The show is literally called Hear Me Out. Denmark passed the law, Australia passed the law. The question is, are we going to pass the law, United States? What are we going to do about this? I don't know. We shall see. I'm curious to see how you guys feel about this. Let me know in the comments if you think there should be an age restriction on social media or not. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button or that follow button wherever you're listening to this. And as always, if you like this episode, send it to a friend. If you hated this episode, send it to an enemy. But regardless, thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And thank you for hearing me out. Peace.